Welcome back, everybody. Today we're making a wireless speaker again, but we're going to turn it on the lathe and we're going to cut a hole so that it sits flat on the table and the speaker can face upwards. It's going to look really nice. So here I'm just cutting a couple extra blanks off of this 4x48 by 2 piece of Purple Heart. So the blanks are 4x4x2, which is big enough to make some small bowls or just the speaker that I'm gonna make. So to attach a wood blank to a lathe, you need a jam chuck or a lathe chuck that's really big. This is a pretty big piece of wood, so I have to use a jam chuck. And to secure that to the piece of wood, you drill a 19/16 or 5/32 hole, and then you can force that jam chuck into the wood, and it'll hold it to the lathe. Alright, now that the piece of wood is mounted to the lathe, we can just turn it around. Unfortunately, my camera died, so I lost most of the footage of me turning it around. So it just kind of cuts you from being pretty chunky to perfectly round, but my bad. Alright, so now that it's round, I shave down one side so that it's small enough that I can grab it with the jaws of my lathe chuck, and that'll let us carve out the inside, or what's going to be the bottom of the speaker.
Meanwhile, across town, in this less than fashionable cubbyhole of the San Francisco Examiner, these editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer. When the telephone connection between these two terminals is made, the newest form of electronic journalism lights up Mr. Howard.
So we're now carving out the bottom of the speaker so that when we put in the battery and the controls for the bottom of the speaker, it won't cause there to be a lip and make it where this thing can't sit flat. So it's all going to be sunk into the wood, and then we're going to leave the top just flat. So it takes a really long time to sand something like a bowl, or this is practically a bowl, but something like this with just like sandpaper. So you get these rotating sanding bits and you put them in your drill, and it makes it where you don't have to spin your lathe as quickly. It doesn't have to be going up at those thousands of RPMs because the drill can be going at those thousands of RPMs, and they're going in opposite directions where you contact them, so it sands things down super quick. when it comes to taking the that extended part off, the part that is in the jaws, I cut it off with a hacksaw. I don't really know how else you could really take it off. You can just sand it down. I just didn't really want to sand it down. It's gonna take a while. So I cut it off with like a handsaw. Now that it's cut off, we can just sand it down on the belt sander here to take off that little bit of extra stuff, and it should give it a nice grainy finish, which is kind of what I'm going for here. Alright, so now I'm gonna polish it, do some finishing on it, and then we just have to drill the hole and we can drop the speaker in. Alright, so we just got to drill the 1 7/8 hole. We're going to use a Forstner bit. I got a piece of wood under there that will keep it flat, and it'll also, when that moves over, that'll tell me that the drill bit's gone all the way through. And you know, it has to be on something, because otherwise it would hit my vise and that wouldn't be good. Alright, so it came out really nice looking, except for the fact that it doesn't fit in there. I think I'm just gonna have to make a new one, because there's no way that I could get this to work as it is. So I'll turn a new blank. I'll have to use something thicker than 2 inches, but yeah, it still looks nice. It's unfortunate though.